what if this is a good answer?
Hey, Mr. Jackson, it's Abraham Cruz from 6th period, and I'm doing my quarter 3 final. I'm doing my project on a video game commentary format, so I talk over while I'm playing. There are going to be some pauses sometimes. That's me concentrating. Also, if you hear my friends, please don't mind them, because it's just a game after all. So first, Morty is there in a zone of comfort. So my zone of comfort is that I know that interactions with other people can define us. But my second Morty is I want something. The thing that I want is to read more about how interactions with others can define who we are. The third Morty is they enter an unfamiliar situation. The unfamiliar situation is that I start reading articles and I never read articles on me. So I read an article named A Civilization, and the quote from the article is a civilization isn't just people in a group, it's a stage of human development which supports that if we interact with each other, we can change who we are. The thing is that, of course, there are totally different ways to think about these kind of situations. Because if we think negatively, people will treat us negatively and they will see us negatively. This is from the quote, "This is Water," which is a video by David Foster Wallace. The third article I read was An American Childhood, and the quote is, "The men left in a rush. They flung on their coats, they slid kisses at everybody's cheeks." Outside right here. You guys can rest. They slammed house doors, they slammed car doors, they ground their cars starters till the motor's caught with the jump. This shows that the men are hardworking and can make an interaction with someone they talk to with honor. They came inside. The final article is Night by uh, Bella Katz, the son of an abhorrent merchant of my town, had arrived in Birnaku with the first transport 1 week ahead of us. When he found out we were there, he succeeded in slipping us a note. He told us that we had been chosen because of his strength, and he had been forced to play his own father's body into the furnace. This interaction defined the author and made him who he is because he saved him and his dad from seeing a body, which could have been potentially scarring. The fourth Morty is I'm adapting. I'm reading all these articles, so I'm getting really used to it. And then I get what and then I started adapting to it, and I started getting used to it. So I Googled, and then I found two websites. So here's what I found. Students, for instance, tend to have stronger attitudes towards things like legalizing drugs or supporting environments because the rest of the students enjoy them. This article was from BBC.com, and then I have an article that states from ilcorp.org that the following. Throughout our lives, the way we learn to interact with others and build relationships has a major impact on not only our social lives, but our physical, mental, and emotional health as well. The fifth Morty. Yep, I was right. Others could have a positive impact and negative impact on each other's. But I paid a heavy price. Then it hit me. I started to look at my traits, and then I realized I had some of the negative traits that some of my friends have. I started cursing a lot, and saying language that would get me in trouble in a lot of situations. So I had to return into some familiar situation from before. I started doing research and I asked the teacher on how to help get rid of these unhealthy habits. I changed into a new person by getting rid